Toy Story 4 is a clear example of everything wrong with Hollywood. Today, I am going on a massive rant of this new film. Let's start out with the positives. The animation is stunning. Pixar has some of the best animation work in the industry, probably the best. And everything in this film is oozing with just gorgeousness. Everything is just popping. The colors, the characters, the fur, the clothing, everything looks top notch. And this is probably the greatest looking Pixar film to date. Another thing I praise is Forky. I think Forky is a very hilarious new character. He's well done and kind of a spin-off of what Buzz used to be in the first film. You know, the toy that doesn't know who he is or his purpose in life. But eventually they discover who they're meant to be loved by a child. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and the rest of the cast make a welcome return into the film franchise. Woody is just an iconic character, and hearing Tom Hanks on the big screen once again in 2019 is welcoming. And that's about it. I also enjoyed some of the side things like the road trip. The carnival was cool, and Easter eggs like the tin toy are very welcoming. And I smiled when I saw the tin toy open the door to greet Bo and Woody. So those are the positives. Another positive I have is the opening scene. While not perfect, it does have the spirit of the first three films. And parts of me wishes this was a prequel, you know, before Toy Story 3, after Toy Story 2. It would have been a lot of fun, and we could have known more about Andy's father, but they went for a sequel route for Pixar 4. So let's get into the negatives, ladies and gentlemen. The negatives, oh my gosh. So Toy Story 4 is the fourth film. This year has a lot of movies, and this movie took years to create. They always had script changes, new directors. It was chaotic, never to say the least. Personally, I never thought this movie would be made because of how many issues this movie had behind the scenes. So, Toy Story 4, you know, a lot of people were very, very skeptical, including myself. Toy Story 3 ended the franchise perfectly. Andy went off to college, and Woody and the gang were loved once again by Bonnie. Their adventures continue, and their mission with Andy is over. You really feel for these characters, and it was Andy's story. So coming into Toy Story 4, Bonnie, while likable, is no Andy. You don't really get that same charm with Bonnie and the toys like Andy and the toys. It's just not there. I care for Bonnie, and the kindergarten scene was fantastic, but she's no Andy, and it's hard for me to relate to her because I'm a guy and she's a girl. But I think she would be more relatable to younger girls, or girls in general. So the problem is, Bo Peep is no Andy, and the film kind of feels like its own story, like its own thing. And I don't like that, to be honest. I wish it could be like just an overarching Andy story. And that's one of the big major issues I have with the film. But that's not the problem with the movie. No. That's like the beginning of the problems. I don't care really, that Andy's gone. I personally do care, but it's not like the problem. I'm not crying about it. Oh, come back, Andy. Like some of these people, they're whining that Andy's gone and it's, it sucks because it's not Andy's story anymore. But that's not the reason why I hate this film. And Toy Story 4, okay, Bo Peep returns, all right. And she is one of the main issues of Toy Story 4. Bo Peep, played by Annie Potts, was a minor character in the second Toy Story film and the first Toy Story film. She barely had anything to do, and she was a damsel in distress. She let the bigger toys be in control, and she was just in the background along for the ride. Now in this movie, even in flashbacks, Bo is this strong leader who is up in the front, at arms with what's going on. She's dependable. She's can do whatever she wants, and yeah, she doesn't need anybody to tell her what to do. She doesn't need a kid to tell her what to do. And it's another SJW character, a Mary Sue. Bo in this movie has been through some trauma. But the issue is we never see the trauma that she goes through. You can clearly see the visible scars on Bo Peep. She has a missing arm that has to be put back on, attached to her. But you never see it in flashback. And it's disappointing. But oh, Alex, this is a Pixar film. You don't want it to be too dark. You want it to be for the whole family, right? Well, in Toy Story 3, Lotso had a flashback, a very dark and thoughtful and amazing flashback, explaining who he was before Sunnyside Daycare. I expected Bo to have the same sort of treatment, where we could have, explored her past. But no, they just mention it here and there, but there's never a scene where they sit down and just have a full conversation about it. No, she's a perfect Mary Sue who's good at everything, with complete ninja skills and just a feisty attitude. This Bo Peep is good for the whole family, or for just the women to make them strong and empowered. The little girls, you have to make them feel like they matter too in the world, right? And it sucks because Bo Peep is easily one of the worst parts of this movie, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people like Bo Peep, but when Bo Peep came into the frame, the whole entire film came crashing down, in my opinion. I was enjoying it until Bo came. How did she meet these new toys that she's with? How is Bo learning these karate moves? I mean, how is she on the road like this? I wanted to know more about the character. Why is she all of a sudden a tough, independent ninja woman? Who broke her, really? Who made her into this flame, this feisty flame from Woody's past? It's never answered. You just hear tidbits that she was locked up in a store for a little while, but we never get to see it. So therefore, we don't feel Bo's pain. We don't know what she's gone through. We don't know really what she's, like inside. But, Lotso in the third film, Lotso, you know what Lotso went through because there was a detailed flashback. Another issue I have is Gabby and the overall story with the shop. Gabby is a character who is very misunderstood in the film. She's after, Woody's toy string. The reason why is she wants to get played with desperately. But she comes off as very sweet, but there's an issue. Her side dummy character themes, whatever they're called, they're very aggressive towards the group, often attacking them, ripping Woody's pull string right from him. I mean, they are aggressive little creatures. Gabby is misunderstood, just like the toys from Toy Story 1. I understand what they were going for. Gabby, they wanted to trick the audience and make us think she's bad when she's really good in reality. The issue, however, is in Toy Story 1, the toys were not aggressive. They were just hiding. They looked scary, and they were misunderstood. Woody judged them. The same cannot be said for the toys in Toy Story 4. These toys are aggressive, they are evil acting, they are chasing the group, and they're up in their face. They're not like the toys from Toy Story 1. Gabby in a scene, she says, "Go easy on our new friends." But she never says to Woody that they can be hard to handle or hard on the toys. She never says anything about them. Who are these dolls to Gabby in the first place? When Gabby eventually gets played with, the dolls vanish. They never have a goodbye or anything. They're just there. So why are they so loyal to this doll? Why are they so loyal to Gabby if they have nothing to gain from it? And that's my issue with it. And if Gabby never got Woody's pull string in the first place, what would have happened? Would she continue attacking Woody? Would she continue to go after our friends? I don't understand. Like, she was like wanting this thing. She was determined she was not going to give up. It was ridiculous. Like, what would she do if Woody didn't hand it over? And Woody, being selfish.
I petted the cat.
I'm filming a video. Go on. But Woody was being selfish. And it's stupid. It's very stupid because in this film, the toys get pushed to the side. Rex, Bo Peep, Ham, Jesse, all of those toys get pushed to the side. And that's another problem. I get that they've been in tons of Toy Story movies, but it's really also their story, and it's quite depressing that these characters are shoved to the side like the way they are. Ham only has about 2 lines. Jesse has about 4 or 5 lines. It's depressing. It really is. Buzz is a complete idiot in this movie. Where is the mature Buzz? He's matured since the first one. He's grown. But now he's listening to an inner voice like he's just discovering himself. It's just stupid. It doesn't work. And Buzz was one of my least favorite parts of the film. Tim Allen is a great actor. I'm glad I heard him in the movie, but Buzz just wasn't the Buzz I knew and loved. Another issue is the ending, where Bo Peep, requests Woody to come along. Woody, of course, doesn't have his pull string anymore, so he probably won't be played with Bonnie. But the issue is that he leaves his entire family behind for Bo on the street. But we don't know where they go. Where are they leaving? I don't know. I guess they're just leaving the fair and he's leaving his friends behind? What? The issue I have is Woody, he's selfless and he cares about other toys. He gives the pull string to Gabby. But what if Gabby was actually an evil mastermind villain? Like Lotso. Lotso was seductive just like Gabby. What if Gabby took the pull string and used it for something evil? What if Woody screwed everything up because, he's depressed. He wants to get away from all the kids. And it kind of retcons everything from the first 3 films. Woody is designed to be there for kids, for children. He honored Andy at the end of Toy Story 3, to be there for Bonnie. That was Woody's role. But now Woody just is selfish. He just wants to live on the road. It just doesn't work for me. And Toy Story 4 is a very disappointing film. Now, as a standalone movie, it's quite good. Minus these awful flaws, but it can be quite enjoyable. But for a Toy Story film, it's depressing. And it's just not very good. The ending is disappointing, rushed, and poorly executed. I enjoy new characters like Duke Kaboom and the Rabbit and Ducky. They're not as bad as I thought. But the storyline with Bo, these new characters, the shop, it just feels like it's been done before, and it just doesn't feel like a true Toy Story ending. If you want a action-packed Toy Story film that really ends, go watch Toy Story 3, because that movie ended on a big note. A big note. Toy Story 4 just feels like a side mission, a side film, and it's everything wrong with Hollywood today. Thankfully, Pixar is ending sequels because they're just making these sequels for money. Toy Story 4 was very disappointing in my opinion. I don't regret seeing the movie, but the film just didn't work for me, and it had a lot of flaws, a lot of issues, and it prevented me from loving the movie. I liked the comedy, but it just had too many issues, too many downs, and not enough ups. I give Toy Story 4 a C+. This movie was okay. It was average. The worst Toy Story film for me, personally. It just didn't have the heart from the other ones, the originals. And it just came off as meh. That's how it felt, in my opinion. Just came off as meh. But I hope you enjoyed my review, everyone. My rant for Toy Story 4 is probably the only rant on YouTube of Toy Story 4. What did you think of the movie? Let me know down below. Comment down below. Subscribe to whatever the heck you want to do. And goodbye. Bye, everyone.